In Romania, folk traditions are preserved with sanctity, especially in the village where they play an important role in daily life. And the preservation of cultural identity, they represent an ancient way of celebrating happy or sad moments in human existence, as well as the passage of time and the cyclical stages of nature.
The folk costume has common characteristics in all regions of Romania. The tradition of the national costume dates back to ancient times, from the time of the Dacians and the Romans, and is part of the customs found in the Balkan Peninsula. The Romanian national costume consists of several main elements. The shirt, also called ie, worn by both men and women. Trousers, under the name of itzari, for men. The skirt, called fota, or catrință, worn by women.
The coming of spring is a celebration of a specific secular nature in the Romanian space. The arrival of the new season is marked on March 1st by the symbol of Mărțișorului, a small talisman bringing good luck, which is always tied with a cord made of two braided threads, one white and one red, symbols of divinity, love, and purity. Easter is another time of the year marked by old and meaningful customs. The most widespread of them is the dyeing of eggs, a ritual that takes place on Maundy Thursday.
In Romania, the most important festivities take place at Christmas, New Year's Eve, and Easter. In December, the winter holidays take place, an occasion of joy for both adults and children. On Eve, groups of children, young people, or even the elderly go from their house to house in their community and send wishes to each other through carols.
Iată vin colindător, florile d'albe, noaptea pe la cântător. Colindă, colindă, și ei vin mereu, mereu. Florile d'albe și ne aduc pe Dumnezeu. Colindă, colindă.
The importance of the traditions and customs specific to each people is not accidental, but is due to the role they play in the creation of national identity and the feeling of belonging to a well-defined group.
Linguistic comparison between Romanian and Spanish. Language family. Romanian belongs to the Eastern Romance branch of the Italic language with influence from Slavic language due to historical interaction. Spanish is a Western Romance language directly descended from Latin. Vocabulary. Romanian show lexical influence from Slavic language such as words related to everyday life. Spanish retain a closer connection to Latin with a rich vocabulary influences by Arabic among other languages.
Grammar. Romanian uses definite articles attached to the end of nouns and has a more flexible word order. Spanish utilizes separate definite articles before nouns and generally follows a more fixed word order.
When it comes to Romanian, the pronunciation has a diverse vocal system, and the stress often falls on the last syllable, while on the other side, Spanish has a more consistent vocal system, and the stress often falls on the penultimate syllable. The phonetic features, Romanian sounds influenced by Slavic languages such as the sh and s sounds, and Spanish has a simpler phonetic system with much more clearer pronunciation.
Writing system. Romanian uses the Latin alphabet with additional diacritics. Sh, ц, ă. Spanish also uses the Latin alphabet without additional diacritics. Global distribution. Romanian, spoken mainly in Romania and Moldova with smaller communities in neighboring countries. Spanish, one of the most widely spoken languages globally, with many native speakers in Spain and Latin American countries. In conclusion, while Romanian and Spanish share a common Latin origin, their linguistic evolution, influences, and unique features set them apart as distinct and rich languages with their own cultural nuances. The culture of our people, exceptional blend of Byzantine influences with ancient foundation of Latin origin, a cultural combination that is unparalleled in the world. You can see, hear, and enjoy it in almost any city, fortress, monastery, or historical site on our territory. Romania's unique cultural heritage is reflected by sites included in the UNESCO World Heritage, from Roman and Dacian influences from antiquity to Byzantine and Slavic influences from the Middle Ages. Romania represents an exceptional amalgam of fascinating ingredients.
Maramuresh is one of the better-known regions of Romania with autonomous traditions since the Middle Ages. Its well-preserved wooden villages and churches, its traditional lifestyle, and the local colorful dresses still in use make Maramuresh as near to a living museum as can be found in Europe. The Maramuresh churches are high, timber constructions with characteristic tall, slim bell towers at the western end of the building. They are a particular vernacular expression of the cultural landscape of this mountainous area of northern Romania.
The historic center of Sighișoara is the old historic center of the town, built in the 12th century by Saxon settlers. It is an inhabited medieval citadel that in 1999 was designed a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its 8,015 years old, testament to the history and culture it's of the Transylvanian Saxons, birthplace of Vlad III, the imperial, in Romanian Vlad Țepeș.
Built in the 1st centuries BC and AD under Dacian rule, these fortresses show an unusual fusion of military and religious architectural techniques and concepts from the classical world and the late European Iron Age. The 6 defensive works, the nucleus of the Dacian kingdom, were conquered by the Romans at the beginning of the 2nd century AD. Their extensive and well-preserved remains stand in spectacular natural surroundings and give a dramatic picture of a vigorous and innovative civilization.
The southeastern Transylvania region in Romania currently has one of the highest numbers of existing fortified churches from the 13th to 16th centuries. It has more than 150 well-preserved fortified churches of a great variety of architectural styles. Out of an original 300 fortified churches listed as a UNESCO World Heritage.
The Danube Delta is the second largest river delta in Europe after the Volga Delta and is the best preserved on the continent. The greater part of the Danube Delta lies in Romania, Tulcea County, with a small part in Ukraine, Odessa Oblast. The waters of the Danube, which flow into the Black Sea, form the largest and best preserved of Europe's deltas. The Danube Delta hosts over 300 species of birds, as well as 45 freshwater fish species in its numerous lakes and marshes.
The Sphinx of the Bucegi Mountains is an anthropomorphic megalith situated at an altitude of 2,216 meters. The origin of the Sphinx name is due to its resemblance to a human head, specifically the resemblance to the Egyptian Sphinx, with its formation attributed to wind erosion. Formed from a large rock that acquired its present shape over a very long period, the Sphinx of Bucegi, located on the Bucegi Plateau, measures 8 meters in height and 12 meters in width.
The Danube Delta is one of the most impressive wonders of nature and certainly a cherished place for many Romanians. This vast delta is home to over 300 species of birds and fish. The wildfire, picturesque landscapes, water trips, delicious food, and impressive vegetation are just a few reasons why you must visit here at least once in your lifetime. It is the second largest river delta in Europe after the Volga Delta in Russia. It is part of the UNESCO World Heritage and it is protected by Romanian legislation to preserve its unique ecological value.
Another unique tourist attraction in Romania is located in Buzău County, near the town of Berga. The mud volcanoes are small formations created by natural gases pushed into the surface of the soil composed of a mixture of water and clay. The uniqueness and beauty of the place makes it one of the most visited locations in the country. The mud volcanoes belong to a protected area with a surface of 16 hectares.
The Danube Boilers. The Danube Boilers are a part of the Iron Gates Natural Park and are among the most beautiful tourist attractions in Romania. Located within the Danube Gorge, the Danube Boilers stretch over 9 kilometers and in certain parts the river narrows to as little as 230 meters. This creates spectacular landscapes where the Danube is bordered by rocky walls. In the boilers area, the water depth can reach up to 75 meters and the water speed can exceed 5 meters per second. The Danube boilers are driven into two sections, the great boilers and the small boilers. They are a part of the protected area in the Iron Gates National Park. This park spans 115.6 hectares, making it one of the most beautiful national parks in Romania and one of the largest.